and welcome to another 3 Today program with the Mitchell sisters.
I'm Linda.
I'm Brenda.
And I'm Cinda.
No, But he is a very special friend, and we are so excited to have our very famous chef with us from Mark Anthony from Las Vegas, Nevada. And he is preparing some wonderful gourmet vegan vegetarian food for us today. Let's just take a look at some of the food that you're going to be preparing. I think the first recipe we're starting off with is your spinach artichoke dip. And does that ever look delicious?
Oh, it's delicious. Yeah.
Easy to make?
And I've even taken some cabbages and hollowed them out and put the dip in those to really make them look good.
And then you have your almond pate.
Almond pate.
Yes.
And there's a lot of different things you can do with almond pate. Once you make it, you can do tons of different creations with it. So it's very versatile in the kitchen.
We have Panama potatoes.
That's right. And now,
Panama potatoes right here.
Ooh, that
3
looks
different
good
types.
too.
You know, it's
That's wonderful. And then you have Asian spring rolls. I've always wanted to learn how to make those. And then
Asian spring rolls, and then the asparagus and tofu teriyaki castle.
Wow.
Yeah, that's something. That's a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun to do.
And they're going to learn how to do that, aren't they?
Right.
That's
right.
Awesome.
And we have coconut almond poached pears.
And those look delicious. And of course, that satisfies my sweet tooth. So we are so excited. But before we get to cooking, we are going to be blessed by a song by the Valley View Quartet, Where Could I Go?
Living below in this so sinful world, hardly a comfort can afford. Striving alone to face temptation sore, where could I go but to the Lord, to the Lord? Where could I go, where could I go, seeking a refuge for my soul, needing a friend to help me in the end. Where could I go but to the Lord, to the Lord? Neighbors are kind, I love them every one. We get along in sweet accord. But when my soul needs manna from above, where could I go but to the Lord, to the Lord? Where could I go, where could I go, seeking a refuge for my soul, needing a friend to help me in the end. Where could I go but to the Lord, to the Lord? Life here is grand with friends I love so dear. Comfort I get from God's own word. Yet when I face the chilling hand of death, where could I go but to the Lord, to the Lord? Where could I go, where could I go, seeking a refuge for my soul, needing a friend to help me in the end. Where could I go but to the Lord, to the Lord? Where could I go but to the Lord, the Lord?
What a beautiful song. That is so true. Right. There is no better place to be. That's the only place to go is to the Lord. I love that song. Isn't that wonderful?
Absolutely.
Well, we are excited today because we have somebody with us that's never been on the program with us before.
First time.
First time. Look at that. And he's
I had to bring some presents here because I've been watching your show. I watch the show all the time.
You do?
And I see him cooking with these knives, and I said, no. I got to give him a decent set of knives. So we got him a decent set of knives. They spin real good. You can
I don't know
work with
if
them.
it might be a while before we do that. So.
I even had them engraved.
I
had them engraved. You probably can't see them on the camera, but this one's for Brenda. And then this one says Linda on it. And this one says Cinda on it. Cinda, we've got one for you, too.
Oh, this
and we've got a whole bag.
beautiful.
We've got a whole bag of
You brought us all
good
kinds of tools to use. Look at that. Wow.
Yep, some garmager tools.
We are going to know how to act.
I don't think I'll do too good in the spinning business, though.
Can I get wardrobe over here, please? Can I get wardrobe?
Well, I got to tell you, we are so excited because Mark is an honest-to-goodness chef by trade, aren't you? And tell us a little bit about yourself, if you wouldn't mind.
Mostly right now I do the catering. I work in the hospitals as a chef. And I used to work in the casinos. I just don't feel comfortable working in that type of environment anymore. So, you know, I kind of got away from that. And I used to do a lot of the celebrity chefs and a lot of the rock bands and, you know, private catering for them and, you know, stuff like that. So, you know.
You also have a spice company, don't you?
I do. I do a lot of my own little creations and have a little internet spice and, yeah, make... oh, yeah, that's a lot of fun.
And we appreciate it. You sent us some of those spices, and they are so good. Oh, are they delicious. So the seasonings, I could just smell that aroma as I was even driving it home in my car. That was absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, and we're going to be using a couple of those today.
Some of them?
A little bit of our cooking today.
Awesome. So what are we cooking today?
Well, the first one here is a spinach and artichoke dip.
Okay.
And
let's read the recipe.
Okay.
Sis, you want to read the recipe?
Sure. Well, we'll need 1/3 cup of vegan cream cheese, 1/4 cup of vegan sour cream, 8 ounces of artichoke hearts, 1/2 cup of frozen spinach, 1 tablespoon of garlic, 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of lemon juice, 1/4 teaspoon of pico de gallo spice.
Pico de gallo.
Pico de gallo, okay.
Yeah, pico de gallo is really excellent. One of the best things you can put on is fruit. Just,
oh, wow.
Yeah, right on the fruit.
Really?
It's fantastic. Yes,
all right.
yes.
Okay. Where does this seasoning come from? Is it come
that's
from a
in
country?
Mexico.
It's from Mexico?
It's basically Mexico. Real popular in Mexico.
You know, I never knew how to say that.
I didn't either. You saw I stumbled on it.
Pico de gallo, or now I still don't know how to say it.
So how did it, what was that?
Pico de gallo.
Yes, that's what
Yeah,
he said, right?
So I think we should share with our viewers that we got a pretty big laugh a little while ago because Mark was sharing with us that he always watches our programs and he's learning how to cook, you know, healthy things from us and vegan, you know, tips and things. Because my sisters and I, we grew up as a vegetarian, so that's all we ever knew. We never grew up learning how to, you know, cook meat. And so we were cracking up laughing though because when you shared with us that what was that, sis? He said that
tell them about when we're putting the peas in.
Oh, yeah.
We were starting to put this, and what were you doing? When I was starting to put the peas in the stew.
I was like, no, you got to be kidding me.
Don't do that.
Wait. Yeah, because with a beef stew, a lot of times you can just take the peas and put them in right at the end instead of cooking them throughout the, you know, for an hour or two. You can take the peas right at the last minute and put them in, and that way they're really vibrant and bright color, and they got a little bite to them, you know. So it's a lot better when you just, you know, close it right at the end.
So sometimes we actually bring you right up off your chair.
Don't do that. And then we do it. So now we have a chance to really learn from you. So this is awesome. Okay, we're going to start with this dip.
Well, I brought kind of the basics here.
Okay.
These are the ingredients for the dip right here. And if you want to read those off real quick, we're just going to put them all in one container here.
Your vegan
you want to
cream
do this
cheese.
real quick?
Sure.
We'll hand these to you.
Vegan cream cheese, and then the sour cream.
And the
Sour cream and the vegan cream cheese.
And usually we have artichoke hearts in it, but we are in Southern Illinois, so we are going to have to, we don't have the artichokes with us today, but most places I think have, you know, artichokes, so we'll put artichokes in your recipe.
And some spinach.
And some frozen chopped spinach.
I just put this in here? Okay.
Yep, put all the ingredients in together.
You're not going to get excited if I mix, you know.
No, we're going to mix it all together.
And then your red pepper or cayenne pepper, and then we have a 1/4 teaspoon of salt.
And the pico de gallo.
Oh, I'm glad you said that.
And I put the salt in?
And the pico de gallo.
And what
a little bit of garlic.
What about the lemon juice?
And there's some lemon juice. And also I think that's it.
Yep.
And
so we're going to blend all that together. And
so while Linda's
you can
mixing
use a
up over
food
there.
processor. You can blend it right like this manually.
Well, that's good because, you know, one thing, we are an international network, and there's many places in the country that don't have, you know, all the fancy electronic tools. So it's a good thing that, you know, we have other ways and show you how to do things by hand.
But you can always mix it fast and easy. One thing nice for a presentation is to just take some cabbage. You can do red or green cabbage or a little of both.
Now, I noticed
and
you
just
cut
cut
the
the end
bottom
off of it so it'll stand up straight, and then just cut the top off of it. And then all you got to do is just hollow out the inside with a knife.
Wow, you are good with the knife.
And
yes, I don't know if
and all this you can save too. We actually saved this from the ones I did before, and used that in our other items today.
Okay,
so,
awesome, awesome. Okay,
Mom would love
And if you got a trusty little thing in your back pocket, you can always grab one of these. And
all right.
And they're used for watermelons, but they work really good to get all the stuff out of the inside of them like that. So,
wow.
You know, you can have a lot of fun with that. So.
Oh, that is so nice.
So.
And the easiest thing to do is just put this right inside when you get your dip. And depending how many you have, like this one, I hollowed out really deep, because that way you can get a lot of good material inside of it.
Wow, that's just beautiful.
And boom, right like that.
And then we have one over there.
One right there.
And then you just garnish with just a little bit of either you had barbecue sauce.
There's 3 different sauces I have right here, and you can do this at home. This is a really nice thing to do at home. The pesto, it's just your standard pesto,
sauce.
olive oil. This one I made with barbecue spice and olive oil.
Okay.
And you can just use it for splashing. And then this one has a jerk spice with olive oil, and it's another good splashing. Because what we're doing, we're trying to take a little cross-culture, you know, fusion cooking, you know, where you can take different things from different countries and put them together and really make the flavor pop out of it, you know.
Awesome.
So,
well, this is absolutely beautiful.
And,
you've seen our finished one over there, which you've decorated so beautifully. And what is our next recipe? Let's see. You were going to be making
is the pate, almond pate.
Almond pate. I'll read the recipe for you. You're going to need 3 cups of almonds, 2 tablespoons of tahini, 2/3 cup of lemon juice, 1/4 cup of soy sauce, 2 teaspoons of garlic, 1/2 cup of carrots, 1 tablespoon of flaxseed, 1 teaspoon of mesquite seasoning, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper. Now, Mark, I've noticed there are so many healthy things in this, and I'm looking at that flaxseed. What made you think to put that in? That's awesome.
Well, it's just a nice compliment, right? It's very healthy.
Yes.
The only thing you have to do is take your almonds and soak them overnight, and it helps them soften up so they're a little easier to handle.
Okay.
So we're going to add everything in here. We've got our tahini right here, our lemon juice.
Okay.
Now
that's sesame tahini, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 2/3 of a cup, and everybody's like, oh, that seems like an awful lot, but it really isn't.
Okay.
And then we've got our soy sauce.
Okay, and we use that, for that we use the Bragg's liquid aminos.
Chocolate,
I'm sorry, chocolate. That sounds good.
Chopped garlic.
Chopped garlic.
Probably some people would say, now there's a difference between garlic and chocolate.
And we've got some chopped onion, carrots.
And then your, that's your mesquite seasoning. And your
a little bit of salt.
A little bit of salt, and you have your flaxseed.
Some pepper and some flaxseed.
The red pepper.
So we're going to mix all this together, and what this would do is this would actually go into a food processor, and you're going to blend it and blend it and blend it. And you can have it like a real chunky, you can make it so it's very smooth. The way you want to smoothen it out, you can just add a little more water, until it really turns, and you can get a real smooth application for it. And what you're going to end up is something like this.
Okay.
And now this is your almond pate, and this is absolutely perfect just like that.
Wow.
It's just perfect. One of the things you can do with it, though, and I like to do, is just get my hands dirty.
Okay, and he washed his hands. We're just like, you know, he did.
You can form this into whatever you want, and if you want to do some parsley, you can do some parsley balls. You can use almonds. You can create little almond, just like that. Another creation you can do is actually add some cream. You can do
the vegan
cream cheese. And if you mix the vegan cream cheese together, then you've got another really good application that you can mold and blend. And you're getting all your different flavors this way, and that's the whole point to do it. And you can add, you know, extra garlic. There's a lot of different variations you can do with this simple recipe to go on and on with it.
And you already have some over here prepared
for us. Yep, I have them all ready there for you.
You show us the different toppings that you put on there.
The one here has a barbecue spice right there. On the top. The other one's your almonds. The walnut one in the middle is really good. And actually added a little extra roasted garlic to that one.
It looks wonderful.
We got the one with the flax seeds and then the parsley over there. So
that is so
and it
nice.
makes a nice variety.
And what a nice appetizer too, you know, when you're having guests over. And tell you what, this is like vegetarian gourmet. I mean, it is incredible.
They're gonna one look at this recipe and they're going to say, "This is vegan." You got to be kidding me! No, this is vegan. Yeah, and they will.
Okay, now I'm going to give you some paper towels here for your hands.
In our next recipe,
you're going to go ahead to our next recipe, and let me read that for you while you're washing your hands. You're going to. This is Panama potatoes, and all you're going to need for this is 3 16-ounce cans of potatoes, 1/4 cup of pesto, 1/4 cup of jerk spice, 1/4 cup of barbecue spice, and 1/2 cup of peanut oil. And that's all there is to it. Ooh,
and that's it.
And you know, this one you can dedicate to Cinda because she dearly loves potatoes. Anything with potatoes in it. So Cindy, this one's for you. Okay, what do we do now?
Now this one I've already got some peanut oil in here.
Okay.
And what we can do is we can take the jerk spice and we put it in here.
Is that your peanut oil or is that olive oil?
That's the peanut oil.
That's the peanut oil. This is olive oil. Okay.
And just mix it together like this. We have another spoon here. And then this one will be the pesto right here, which pesto is just really easy to make. All you need is your olive oil, your pine nuts, a little bit of garlic, and a little bit of salt. That's it. And you have a pesto. And then our next one will be the barbecue spice. Now this is the exact ingredients right here, just the olive oil and the jerk, and that you have your bottle shaker, just like that.
Wow.
And they work fantastic. You can use them for all different types of variations.
These bottle shakers you can buy in hardware stores.
Anywhere,
even,
yeah, you can get these anywhere. And you can make your own labels. I just make my own labels to make them look pretty. So, but that's all you have to do, and just mix them together like that.
Okay.
The one thing we do with the potatoes, though, is we're going to take these potatoes and actually put them in the oven for a little bit.
Now, these were canned potatoes. If you wanted to boil your own baby new potatoes,
you could do that.
You could do that.
You bet. You could use these for mashed potatoes, too.
Okay.
You could actually make mashed potatoes and hit the application on top of them.
Okay.
So,
sounds wonderful.
And then what we'll do is when they come out of the oven, you want to put them in the oven for about maybe 10-15 minutes so that they kind of get a little browning on the outside, just enough you'll feel the texture. It's not a smooth. You can feel the texture on it, and that's what makes the sauces actually hold onto the potatoes. So we can put some of these in each one of them.
Okay. Do you want me to get a spoon over here for mine?
And then we'll put a little bit in this one, too. Are you ready?
All right. I got me some, too.
All right. I guess we'll just do all of them, huh? Shake, shake, shake.
All right. There we go.
Okay. And you can just stir all these up together and just make them look great, or you can do them like the chicken wings, you know. That's the way they do them. Well, we've got potatoes. We do them with the potatoes.
Whoa!
So, and then all you got to do is just put them right on here. And basically, we're going back to that cross-culture fusion cooking because you've got the jerk spice.
Right.
You know, from the Jamaican, the South, with the allspice and the cinnamon, that type of a flavor. Then you've got your barbecue spice, which is going to be your...
I love that.
You know, your Southwest, basically, American.
Okay, I didn't do this thing, but I wonder, I'm going to try. Just a minute. I'm going to see. I'm going to stand back.
No,
Wardrobe.
He's even worried.
Now, is there a trick to this?
It's just...
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, how about that?
There you go.
Ooh!
Right.
That was fun.
Yeah, you can get just a little spin on it.
I got to do another spin?
Yeah.
I might have been lucky with that first one. Oh, dear. Okay.
Yeah, that's quite good, actually.
Ooh, well, there we go.
And then boom, right like that.
Wow.
See how beautiful that is?
Maybe Linda and I can come help you cook sometime.
There we go.
I bet Cinda would have been one to help him.
Exactly.
Isn't that beautiful? And you put this in the oven for another 15-20 minutes and crisp it up a little bit, and we'll let it get nice and crispy so it looks just like the picture.
Wonderful. It really
and it's
does.
a very subtle look between the two of them. And you can even mix them up and everything. But then your taste buds, when you take this and put it on the table, and you're taking different tastes from different cultures, and it really makes your mouth pop. You know, so.
Wow, that is
Wakens
awesome.
the palate, right?
And easy, fast and easy.
Fast and easy.
Yeah,
Well,
so
I
simple.
love that. I love that, and I think you viewers will love that as well. Let's put up our next recipe. And Sis, you want to read that for him?
Sure. For our Asian spring rolls, we need 1 package of rice paper, 1 cup of green cabbage, 1 cup of carrots, 1 cup of mushrooms, half a cup of onions, half a cup of peppers, 1/4 cup of soy sauce, and 1/4 cup of olive oil. We will also need 2 teaspoons of garlic, 1 teaspoon of ginger, 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, and 1/4 cup of peanut oil.
Now, I dearly, dearly love Oriental food. I love it. In fact, one of my very favorite restaurants, and I think yours too, Sis, is right here in West Frankfort, Illinois, an Oriental restaurant called the China Star. Incredible Oriental food. We're going to have to treat you there maybe later.
Okay.
But you have something incredible here because I love egg rolls, and most Oriental restaurants, I can't eat them, so you have some
this is an
vegan
Asian, this is an eggless roll. There's no eggs in these egg rolls, so you can feel free to eat them. There's actually a product you can get. It's a spring roll wrapper, if you can zoom in on that. This, most of the Asian stores will carry it.
Okay.
And there's different brands and everything, but it's basically a rice paper.
Okay.
So if you can look for that, you'll be able to use it.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to heat up our pan.
Yes.
Put a little oil in it.
Is this olive oil?
Olive oil, yum yum, and some garlic.
Okay.
Well,
All right. Ooh.
Woo, garlic.
I forget we got a chef here. I don't have to stir. He does this number.
Well, and the reason you want to do this with the garlic is to let it open up and aerate a little bit. And what happens was that keeps you from burping a garlic. That keeps the garlic flavor just flavored and it doesn't come back out. And that's why you always want to, let the garlic pop a little bit like that when you do your cooking. So we're going to add our onions and peppers.
Okay.
We've got a little bit of soy sauce. Here's some carrots. Shredded carrots are really good.
Oh, yeah. Woo!
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. And some green cabbage. See how we saved the cabbage from before?
Yes.
And we sliced it up and put it in this. So
Now do you want me to stir or you're still shaking doing the shaking thing?
yeah, you can do some stirring.
Okay,
These
I'm
are
just
shiitake
checking.
mushrooms. They are so good.
And
Love having shiitake mushrooms. Let's
are
put them all in
shiitake
there.
mushrooms one of the strongest flavored, or are there others that are stronger?
I think they're smoother. It's sharp, but it's smoother, And a
give it a
little
good
bit of
flavor.
garlic.
Okay.
And our last
garlic
ingredient.
powder, what's that?
Or ginger. That was the ginger. I've got
That's what I was
garlic.
thinking.
I've got the crushed garlic
So
and then
you
the
had ginger in
Okay.
there.
And the ginger.
Yeah.
All right.
And then the last little ingredients is sesame oil.
Now that really gives the flavor,
That
doesn't
just-
it? Ooh,
yeah,
that's
nice
good.
aroma. It's just beautiful. What we have here, this rice paper. We're going to have fun playing with this while you're stirring.
Okay, so when do I sound the alarm that I'm in trouble over here? So you want to just keep stirring your eye in it?
I've got the fire extinguisher right back here.
Okay, I'm safe now. Y'all don't
We're
worry.
safe. We're safe.
This actually looks like paper.
Look at it. Yep, this is the way it comes apart, just like this.
Wow.
And it is so thin. It's just paper
That is
thin. That
really
is rice
thin.
paper.
Is this a good one?
Wow.
That's what they look like.
This smells so wonderful. I wish
And
we
here, I'm
had
going to let you try to get one
a chance
apart
have you
there.
breathe this.
Okay.
We're going to let you try to get one apart, okay? I'm going to grab some water real quick here.
Okay.
We just need a little bit of water to help this thing stick together.
Okay.
Oh, you can smell the aroma.
yeah.
So
That's
we
so
have
delicious.
real paper hooked to this.
Oh, this
Yes,
is
this real
absolutely
paper,
wonderful.
and they just split apart like that.
All right, that's the real. We wouldn't want to
Isn't that
roll
something?
this up, huh?
No, it'd be a little hard to digest.
Yeah, that might just be a little chewy too.
Okay.
So what you can do with this is I'll make one right here.
And I'm still doing good over here, right?
You can take a little bit. This right here is actually something that's already made up. I just did some ahead of time.
Okay.
And you just want to put a little bit inside the middle.
All right.
And
I
then
gotta
you
watch
roll up
this
your
a little.
sides, just nice and even like that.
Okay.
And then you just keep going like this. And you're going to take the water and you're just going to add a little bit of water like this.
All right.
And that way it'll stick together.
That looks like Grandma's little bit.
It'll stick together on the end.
It does. Just water
You
sticks
have
that together.
just like that. And that's all it
Wow.
takes. Where most places you would actually take egg brush it.
Yes.
This one you take the water and you're just
that's
doing like a water
awesome.
brush.
Awesome.
Is that fun or what?
Yeah.
So I'm going to
love
let
it.
you try to make one here. And there's some of the
So
filling.
the pressure's on.
Hey,
The pressure's
Oh, okay.
on.
Well, in that case, you
Oh
too.
no! I put it too soon. No.
I'll
I
come
got
over
it
here
on
and
the
do some
paper,
stirring
though,
on
so I don't
this.
think we want that.
Oh dear. Okay.
Okay.
So just a little bit in the middle. Would
See,
that
you
be like
thought
that?
it was just going to be me, huh?
I did. Oh dear. So this
Just a little
is that
bit.
good?
Not a lot. And you're going to have actually put it in this type of angle.
Okay.
Now stop right there, and I'm going to
Okay.
do one extra thing.
All right.
We're going to take our barbecue spice.
All right.
We're taking an Asian item and putting a little American barbecue spice in there like that.
Oh
and
wow.
then wrap it.
Okay, and I'm going over with the sides.
Yep, just like that.
Okay, and now the water.
And then you can just water it down.
Okay.
Okay,
Write
I
it down.
finished mine. It doesn't look as nice as
And
yours.
then we put
but
it
as
right
a-
on the pan.
And then
Like this?
water in here.
Yep.
All right.
Now most recipes that you're going to find for egg rolls, they're going to actually show you how to do it
Okay.
in a fryer, in a fryer situation, deep frying it. And there's a lot easier way to do this in the oven, so you're not getting all the fat and the calories from the fryer. So let me show you what we're going to do with that. I'm going to come over to this side.
Did I graduate? Did I do okay?
There we go. All right. Very good. That was
Okay.
perfect.
All right.
The same kind of visual you can get is just to take one of these and just spray them. Just give it a little spray like that. And they come out just beautiful, just like this.
So nice and
Nice
crispy.
and crisp.
Oh,
And
wow.
people will swear that they actually came out of a fryer. And it's that easy.
And it's so much healthier for you.
Wow.
And it's so healthy
incredible.
and fresh. So you just throw these in the oven for about 10-15 minutes, and you are done.
You're done. That is
Awesome.
wonderful. And now, I know you're going to show us a little thing a little later on, too, of some special things you're going to do with these egg rolls, right? So
Yeah,
we're going
to have some fun with those a
really
little
good
bit later,
treat
too.
coming. But first, our next recipe we want to put up is...
That's going to be the teriyaki tower, the teriyaki castle.
All right. So let me read the recipe. It's 3 to 10 packages of extra firm tofu, 1 bag of frozen asparagus spears, 1 bottle of teriyaki glaze, steak seasoning, and vegan beef stock. Now, we're going to have fun with this one. I got to tell you, he's got lots of tools and stuff going on here.
Yes, we are.
I am prepared to sit at your feet and learn.
But before we get started, I want to know, how many people have you cooked for at one time?
Oh, okay, at one time.
Or,
The biggest party I've done at one time is 30,000.
What?
Yeah, 30,000 people. The biggest event I've done was 1.2 million plates of food in 9 days.
Wow.
And that was for a Comdex convention that, you know, Las Vegas has lots of big conventions. And we had the contract on every single food.
So now you can take us back behind the scenes. Don't you want to know? I think you want to know, right? So is it really hustle bustle like all?
We're pretty dialed in, you know, because we're running with, you know, 50 or 60 chefs. We've got the unions there, so if you need 10 more bakers that day, you call the union. Boom, there's 10 bakers that day.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, it's very structured and organized. You know, we're running in the back with conveyor belts, you know, with 2 people on each side, running conveyor belts, you know, at 5 different entrances. So, you know, it's just a whole different, you know, type of cooking. Yeah.
Wow, that would be something to see, wouldn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
And I thought I cooked for a lot, because I cooked for around 500 at one time, you know, so I'm thinking, wow, I don't even think I want to go there.
And for me, if it's more than 50 people, that's the time to call you.
Those are the ones I like, though, the 50 to 100. You know, that's the ones you can have a lot of fun with, you know.
Well, you have lots of little tools and gadgets.
But you don't do this for the 30,000 people, right?
No.
Oh,
This would probably feed about 20, 30 people, though, if you did that type of a castle.
When we say this, let's show them the castle first so they know what we're doing. Maybe that's a good thing.
That's our castle. This is the one I made today. It's took me a little while, you know.
Made out of tofu.
Everything is tofu. We've got some asparagus spears going through it. There's a lot of different spices running through it, and even on the outside. You can make these castles any way you want. I've got a lot of tools here, so we're just going to show you some little fun ways to do them.
All right.
I'm going to let you start on one, and you can just start creating. There's tools like this. You can just cut right through them.
I'm going to be doing this?
Yes, you can do it.
Do I want
to get as much as I can to save some?
Yeah, you can always save some.
Okay.
This tool right here is one that I made at home.
Oh, really? Look at this.
And it was just one of those little things. I have a lot of homemade tools because there's certain things that you want to do a certain thing, and if you can't find it, you make it. And this thing works so good because you can just cut right through it like this. And create. Woo, there we go. Look at that. Look at that.
Wow.
And you can just create your own castles like that.
Look at that.
Isn't that nice?
That is incredible. And you just made with this little tool, just making that little gouge out of there.
And I've got this tool at the hardware store just to be able to, you know, do some cutting like that, you know, and get more pieces that way. This one is a really good one. This one I had to actually invent myself. This is one that you would actually cut through one of these pieces, and you actually can blow the piece right through there. And it works really good because when you do this, you can do the asparagus. And this one's not going to line up quite right.
Pull this over here.
You would actually put the asparagus right through, and it works better when it's frozen. You grab the frozen asparagus, and you can actually put it right through like that, and as you can see on that one. And and you're going to get your creation all set up, and it takes a little while. This is a fun one for the kids to do. I mean, give them some tofu and just have fun with it. And all these little pieces right here, you can save every bit of it and use it later.
Wow. Now, what is this for? Because I'm a nurse.
This was for Cinda, but she didn't come in today.
I've used something very similar to this in the hospital, and then I worked emergency room for 11 years. I got to tell you, I've used something sometimes that size.
Well, this is an injector, and right here I've got a little bit of it's a beef base, vegan.
Veggie base.
It's a vegan base. And all you got to do is just take this, and if this works right, I think we need to get a little more depth into it. Can you hold the bowl like that?
Yep, I can.
Hold the bowl. And then there we go. There we go. And you can get all the juice in there. And then what you can do is actually inject right into the tofu like that. Or you can marinate it for a couple days. And the reason you want to do this is you want to get that flavor, the veggie flavor inside of there, get it marinating. And then the second thing we're going to do with all these pieces is take some of the spices on it. So you can put some spice all over it. And then you have that type of a flavor.
And the type of spice you had in right there is what, the steak seasoning?
That's the steak spice, yes. And it is so good. I mean, this is, you can actually have a piece of the tofu just with that seasoning, and it is so good. It's just absolutely delicious.
Okay. And then you also have teriyaki sauce, and I was so excited because so many people think that teriyaki sauce, it has the vinegar in it or has, you know, alcohol or wine or whatever, and you found some that actually was completely vegan and no wine,
this is
alcohol-free.
100% vegan.
Yes.
I get it in commercial bottles, you know, for a commercial application. So what we do with this is we're just actually going to pour it over the pieces, and that way you get a nice color to it. One nice thing about one nice thing about making castles like this is you can make them as nice or as messy as you want, because if you look at castles, they're always
everyone's unique.
Bricks falling off. There's so many different things. Now this one right here, you're going to see some red coming through the areas here, and there's a little bit of green, and you can take spices and put them on the outside. And some castles, on one whole side, you'll see green ivy or something
growing
all over the sides, so you can actually create green ivy.
And this is parsley?
And you can add other pieces to it. That's parsley. If you don't want to go really strong Cajun, stay away from the peppers, you know. You can do paprikas. You can do a lot of different spices.
Yes, they have paprikas. That, you know, our grandma was Hungarian. She said paprika.
Paprika.
Yeah. So, but you can you can get sweet and hot paprika. That looks
and it takes
wonderful.
a little time. It takes a little time. Now, on the back here, what I did was, these are the Panama potatoes. I did mashed potatoes, went all the way around the back there, and then just hit it with a little bit of the jerk spice and made some Panama mashed potatoes. And you can put some little rosemary in there.
Is this just like a centerpiece, or could you actually eat that?
Oh, yeah. What you would do with this is you can stick it in the oven for, you know, probably 45 minutes at a lower temperature, maybe a 325. And it's ready to go. You take it right to the table.
You know,
you can do creativity. If you wanted to have some asparagus spears ready to go, you could throw a few in like that later on. You know, there's so many variations you can do with this. And this is one, especially when you're entertaining, you know, people are going to come in and they're going to say, what did you do? And that took less than an hour, by the way. It took it took less than an hour to actually make that. So.
And everything is so delicious. That's awesome. Well, you have also prepared an incredible dessert. You know,
yes, I did.
All this, and it's a very simple dessert and so elegant. Let me read the recipe for you. It's his coconut and almond poached pears. For this recipe, you'll need 4 pears, 1/2 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of orange juice, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 2 teaspoons of grated lemon rind, 1/2 teaspoon of ginger, 1/4 cup of almonds, and 1 tablespoon of almond extract. All right, now these look impressive. First of all, I just got the pears is one of my favorite fruits. Don't you love pears? I love the Bartlett pears too. But what kind of pear is this? Just a
Boscia. B-O-S-H-A. Boscia.
Boscia.
Yeah,
Bosch?
it's a little different.
No?
Yeah, Bosch. Boscia.
Boscia.
I've always called it Boscia.
Boscia. You're probably right. I don't know, but you know what? If you know, write and tell us.
There's actually a Chinese pear that's even better. It's a little tighter, a little better pear.
So you choose it based on the texture of the pear?
Yeah. For this one, you want something a little solid, you know, because it'll hold up better.
Does it have to be completely ripe, or?
I would make them a little on the firm side.
On the firm side. Okay. What are we going to do to start?
We're going to turn this on real quick here, and first thing we do is put all the ingredients.
Okay, the orange
right
juice.
In here. We got orange juice, a little bit of lemon, and then some lemon zest. Love working with lemon zest. Huh?
I do too.
And ginger.
Now, let's back up to the lemon zest a minute, because some people don't know what lemon zest is. What is lemon zester?
Just the rind of a lemon. Just take your lemon zester, and you have a zester?
I do.
Zester?
I
have
do.
a zester.
But it's a special tool. It's a special tool that you know kind of grates it. You know, like a. But what if they don't have that special tool? What can they do?
You know, you could just take some little itty bitty slivers off the lemon, just
And chop them up
just
fine.
take a little piece off the end.
Make
and
your
just-
own zest.
Yeah, just
Okay.
chop it up really fine.
Okay.
Ginger is a really fantastic ingredient for fruit. People don't realize that, but that is excellent.
You want me to stir this?
Yep, and a little
Okay.
bit of sugar.
right.
Well, just a little bit of sugar.
Okay. All right.
well, quite a bit
I'll
of
stir
sugar.
that up quick. All
But a lot
right.
of the sugar is really not going to get as heavy into the
Right.
pears, you would think.
And you could cut down on the sugar if you
Yeah,
wanted
you
to.
can cut down the sugar. You could even probably put honey in there and be okay. Yeah.
Okay.
This measurement is actually exact. It's one of
Right.
those kind of exact measurements.
Okay.
The other thing we're going to do is we're going to just take some pears here and we're going to cut the end off of it like that.
I like how you got
that way
that
you can get them to
set up.
stand up together, you
Yes.
know, and like that. And,
that's nice.
And then you can peel the sides off of them, okay? And what I like to do is I like to just keep the top of them so it has a, looks like I'm going to have to buy you a new a new veggie peeler. I didn't get her a new veggie peeler. I was going to get her a new veggie peeler, and I said, oh, they probably got a vegetable peeler, so I didn't get one. But, yeah, you'll have one in the mail
We
tomorrow.
really work bare bones around here.
Seriously, we do appreciate that. He got
Yes.
so many nice
But you know
things.
what? It actually works better that way.
Really?
Yes, God works in wondrous ways. Look
yes,
at
He
that.
does.
All things work
Look at that.
together
It
for
is
good,
so
he says
easy.
in Romans 8:28.
That's right. Oh, my.
So, but you get your pears like this, and what we're going to do is you actually just bring this to a boil first.
Okay.
You want to bring it to a boil
Is this
first.
boiling enough or more?
Yeah, you just bring it to a boil.
Okay. Okay.
And then what
that's
you're going to do
sizzling.
is you're going to add the pears in there,
All right.
and however many pears you want to fit in there.
Okay.
And then you're going to bring it to
I
a
think
boil
we have
one
a
more
couple
time.
more. Can I just put a couple
Sure.
more in? All right. There we go. And
you
I
go.
like how you leave the
Beautiful.
stems on there.
Yeah,
that
it's
is so
pretty,
nice.
yeah.
It's very pretty.
And-
so now
and-
I'm just going to cover it up?
Yep, we're going to let it, bring it to a boil just like it is now. Now we're going to bring it down to a simmer, though. We're going to simmer
Okay.
it for about 25 minutes. It takes
All
a
right.
little while
Oh,
to
wow.
take this one.
Okay.
One thing you really have to do is you really have to watch the pot on this thing.
Okay.
Because it's got sugar in it, and once it gets down,
Reduced.
it's going to turn into a caramel.
Okay.
And then after it turns into a caramel, then it's going to burn.
Oh.
And
so-
you've got literally a small window of opportunity between the caramelization and the burning process.
Okay.
So
you don't walk away from your stove when
yeah,
you've got
yeah,
this going,
wanna-
you watch it.
Yeah, and 20 minutes later, you pull it out, and you can just set it up on any arrangement and take the sauce. You can actually pull the pears out first, you know, and then put those on the plate, and then cook the sauce down and reduce it until it gets to that caramelization that
And
you
then
want.
you put it in there.
And then you can just put that
And
right
do
on
you
top.
dip it in coconut and...
Yeah,
Or did you
and I just
sprinkle?
like to sprinkle this with some coconut, and you can throw some almonds on it, and just kind of make it a little festive like that.
And it just sticks to that, and it's, doesn't that look fancy, sis?
Yep.
Wow.
Wow. I am just so excited about that. Something else that I wanted to share with you that I'm really excited about is that my sisters and I, we have created another brand new cookbook.
And it's called Cooking for Two.
That's right. And this cookbook has been really, for all three of us, it was the most challenging thing I think we've done yet for in the cooking department, because as you all know, we cook in huge amounts, and we're so used to that this was, I must have made the same recipe 6 times trying to keep cutting it down, cutting it down, cutting it down.
And it still came out, some of the recipes, 3 or 4.
So that's why we said cooking for 2, maybe 3 or 4, most of them for 2. But we really think you're going to enjoy it. And right now, we are going to show you how you can get yours.
If you've enjoyed the recipes you've seen today and would like to purchase your own copy of their new cookbook, Cooking for Two with the Mitchell Sisters, you can do so by writing to 3ABN, Post Office Box 220, West Frankfort, Illinois 62896. That's 3ABN, Post Office Box 220, West Frankfort, Illinois 62896. You can call 618-627-4651. That's 618-627-4651. Or visit MitchellSisters.com and order online. That's MitchellSisters.com.
Hello, I'm Carrie Christian, and I'm happy to tell you that we've got an incredible spring camp meeting and 10 Commandments weekend planned for you this year. Here's what you can expect. The theme for our camp meeting is New Beginnings, and our first television broadcast will be on Wednesday, May 28th at 7 p.m. Central. Hosted by our founder, Danny Shelton, and our 3ABN president, Jim Gilley, this special 2-hour program will feature testimonies and music along with an inspiring sermon by Pastor Alvin Kibble, a vice president of the North American Division of Seventh-day Adventists. This year, we'll be broadcasting all of our camp meeting seminars live on 3ABN television throughout the day on Thursday and Friday, featuring Pastors David Asherick, Stephen Bohr, Kenneth Cox, John Lomakang, and Mike Tucker. We'll also continue our tradition of taking questions from the audience and your questions by email for our Thursday night Bible Answers live programming beginning at 8 p.m. Central Time. So make sure to watch and participate by emailing your Bible questions that evening. On Friday, May 30th at 6 p.m. Central, we'll begin our third annual 10 Commandments weekend with live musical program. And speaking of music, you won't believe the list of incredible singers that will be with us. The Cadet sisters will be here, as well as Tammy Chance, Nadine Edwards, Emily Feltz-Jones, Melody Firestone, Donna Klein, John Lomakang, Rudy Michelli, C.A. Murray, Jim and Pam Rhodes, and our very own Danny Shelton. For more information on speakers and broadcast times for the entire weekend, just point your browsers to 3abncampmeeting.org. Now, I have some additional information for those of you who are planning to be here in person. First of all, we still have several RV sites complete with water and electrical hookups, but they are filling up quickly, so please call us during regular business hours, and we'll be happy to reserve one for you. And here's some great news if you're planning to stay in one of our area hotels. This year, we've reserved a special block of rooms at discount rates in both the Holiday Inn Express and Drury Inn hotels in Marion, Illinois, about 25 minutes away. Also, if you need meal tickets, you can order them by phone or online at 3abncampmeeting.org. And let me say again how grateful we are when you come and visit us here at 3ABN. If the Holy Spirit impresses you to support our growing worldwide ministry, please send your tax-deductible love gifts to 3ABN, Post Office Box 220, West Frankfort, Illinois, 62896. Thank you for all you do for this ministry, and thank you for your faithful prayers and support.
Now, Mark has something really spectacular for you. I don't think I have ever seen anything like this before in my life.
I haven't.
If you're having a special...
Nobody has.
But then we have never cooked for 2 million people at a time either.
But here's the thing that's so beautiful. If you're having a party or whatever, he is going to create right now with the food that he's been demonstrating with you already, some of those recipes, and then some extra ingredients. He's going to... Really, what are you creating here?
This is the way you display things. You know, make it look pretty. You know, make it attractive. It's the kind of thing that, you know, people are going to walk in a room and they're going to say, "Wow, that looks fantastic." You know?
So you could do it for a buffet type of thing when people have their plates, and this is all edible. This is stuff that we're not wasting and that people can eat.
Yeah, you could do it. Yeah, let's do it.
And you're going to start with your. We're going to start here. You have your castle up here. Okay.
So yeah, we just kind of create whatever we want to create here.
These are the egg rolls.
Yeah.
And
do we have more egg rolls?
That's all the egg rolls I saw. Except, nope, I'm sorry, we have more right here.
We're going to give you this.
All right.
And I did make a sweet and sour sauce. Sweet and sour sauce is kind of easy to make. That's always a fun one to do.
All right.
I better put these things together, huh? So
okay. So now this is like the bridge.
Yeah.
To the tower. Okay.
That's what we'll do.
All right.
And basically, you can just kind of play around and do it any way you want. You know, just kind of make yourself at home.
So you've got broccoli florets. You've got carrots. You've got.
Yeah, lots of different things you can
love
do.
all the wonderful things God made for us to eat and enjoy.
That's right. And radishes. And look at all that color.
Yeah, and you can
I know. I'm going to say it. I did
back to you.
Okay.
It is important to color your plate like a rainbow because then you know you're getting good nutrition.
That's right. Now the mashed potatoes. He's going all along now on his castle with the mashed potatoes. And boy,
yeah, you can do these with hot mashed potatoes. A lot of times what I'll do is we scrub this and sanitize the table, but you can actually saran wrap it or do whatever you want to do with the...
If they might have a table that they have to saran wrap, do you want this other little bit? Mom might be watching. Right there.
There we go. There we go.
There you
All
go.
right, let me get a towel from you, and I'm going to grab some of this right here.
Mom was very good at stretching things and the family budget or whatever, and I believe that's one way she did it. She got everything to the last drop.
That's right.
Now, what kind of seasoning is that?
These are the Panama potatoes, and when you talk Panama potatoes, it's actually the Jamaican jerk rub.
Okay.
And I like doing a little cross, cooking with the fusion.
Does that look good?
You can even do some greenery here. You want to make it look like there's some little green patches, put a couple twigs in here.
Okay,
I think we've got some more, too. Here, well, I'm going to give this to you.
Okay.
Okay.
And we can hit some Panama potatoes right like that.
Oops.
See?
Hope I didn't ruin anything here. Did you want
I'll
these?
give that to you. There we go. There we go.
You need more? Do I need to find more of that, or are we doing good?
I think that'll be plenty right there.
Okay.
I think that's going to be great. Yeah, just creation.
All right. Now what? What do you want next?
Creation. I'll take the next thing in line.
Potatoes? Okay.
Yeah.
Here's potatoes.
We'll take the next thing in line. Woo!
Look at that. Wow.
There we go.
Can you imagine a buffet like this? Woo!
You get buffets. I'm going to need a lot of paper towels.
All right. I'll just keep those coming.
Let's do the pears right here real quick.
And just so you're wondering, we do have a garbage can right down here. Mom, we're not throwing it on the floor. Okay.
Okay.
Wow, does that
and
look
there's
pretty?
coconut here. Let's grab the coconut real quick.
Okay.
And I'm going to give this back to you.
All right.
Okay. A little snow.
Woo.
It's snowing.
Ah.
It's snowing outside, too, isn't it?
Oh, is that pretty?
Let it snow. Let it snow.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can just create these any way you want.
Well, it depends what kind of year. I mean, what kind of time of the year, if it's snowing or not.
Well, maybe somewhere in the world it's snowing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And then some more of that. Now what do we need?
Know.
You want the
Yeah,
lemons?
I'll take some of
Or
those.
the melons?
Yeah,
okay.
you bet. And just put a pile of those right there.
I would never, would you list this? I would have never thought to do this in a million years.
Oh, these are little boats. Yeah, we'll kind of put them in the water here like they're floating around our little icy water here.
And what is this?
Okay. And then we've got some of these. We can just kind of make a little trail like that. And there should be a couple more of those like that, too.
What is that? Like this? Okay.
Yeah, like these. And we can put these in here.
Wow. Wow.
Okay, like that.
And while you're working away in here in this fine details a second, Mark, I'd like to show the viewers how they could get in touch with you, and maybe they may have some tips that they might need. So I'd like to share with you right now how you can get in touch with Mark.
If you've enjoyed the artistic creations on today's program and would like to contact Mark Anthony for more information, you may write to Mark Anthony, Post Office Box 20861, Las Vegas, Nevada 89112. That's Mark Anthony, Post Office Box 20861, Las Vegas, Nevada 89112. You may call 702-236-3280. That's 702-236-3280. Or you may email him at cateringamerica@yahoo.com. Again, that's cateringamerica@yahoo.com.
Well, Mark is really going to town on this food buffet. I have never seen anything like this. Have you, sis?
No,
this is just
but,
amazing.
I've never met a chef that's cooked for as many people as he has either.
Now, maybe you could give them some ideas while you're doing that about some other things that they could use if there's, if they have other recipes or food items, or is their imagination really just the limit?
Oh, this is the kind of fun thing. You could go anywhere with this. I mean, I've done lots of different ones with different sceneries and winter sceneries and different platform sceneries. You can actually take some of these and raise the platforms up and have things going down in different levels. There's even deeper ones where you can get into pumps that are actually pumping fluid, waters, whatever it might be, sauces into lakes. So, you can really get detailed.
Oh, wow.
But with the time we have,
now, did they teach you this?
This is all I could do,
Wow. Did they teach you this in chef school? Or
no, this is one of those things that I just started doing.
An artsy thing.
I felt really impressed, and I kind of see things, and it's like, you know what, I can do this.
You can see this on your website, some of these things, can't you? Mm-hmm. Wow, that's just amazing.
You know,
and that's just parsley there.
Sis, it was really neat to me. One of the things, you know, like that Mark had mentioned to us when we were, you know, just the three of us were talking, is
I'm making him clean the bowl.
is how much the Sabbath meant to you. And that's the reason that he decided not to cook on any kind of catering or something that he would do on Friday night, or because he used to do catering business, didn't you?
And same reason why I got out of the casinos and stuff, because, you know, it's always Friday, Saturday night. And you can't do anything on Saturday if you're going to, you know, work all day on Saturday and do it, you know, Saturday night.
You can't keep the Sabbath doing that.
And everybody, you know, I've catered for so many people, a lot of rock stars. You know, can I mention them? I don't know if I can or not.
It probably doesn't matter, but
you know, Journey and
Styx
Styx and REO Speedwagon, and you know, just the list goes on and on. I've got chef's coats full of signatures and quotes, and I should bring my markers for you two now. That's right.
Well, we'll wait till Cinda's with us, and then the three of us can mark them.
That's right.
Let me grab some crackers there.
Okay, do you want some crackers or the almond
Yeah,
mix?
crackers.
Okay, and that's for all those dips.
Yeah, we've got lots of dips, so you got to have lots of crackers.
This is just amazing because your whole buffet is just right here. You don't need any special dishes. This is just.
And you can actually do this if you know, if you're doing it for a lot of people. This is the kind of thing that, you know, if you've got 20, 30 people, you know, and you're going to have a little get-together, you can put something like this out on your tables, and they're going to say, wow, you know. And it's got a little something for everyone. You've got your dips, you've got, you know. And this is 100% vegan, too.
And raw foods as well. So some people like, you know, to have a little raw with veggies and the dip. And I am just amazed. I would have never even thought about that. I've done a lot of buffets. I've done a lot of entertaining, especially for my husband, for business and things, and I've never even thought about something like this. You know, this is definitely an artist at work. But every one of you can be artists. You know, Would you want to try? You want to try these almonds?
I want some almonds.
Oh, first, will you do me a favor? I want to learn that flip. Let's see what you do. You did a one-handed flip. Whoa. Wow, look at him mix that. That is incredible.
You ready?
Oh, Linda, you try. I had to flip the last thing.
Well, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think you do a good job.
No, come on.
That was the fastest flipping I've ever seen.
Okay, show us the technique. Come on.
You know, I don't know. I've just been doing it for so many years.
So is it in the wrist?
Yeah, it's in the wrist.
It's in the wrist.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to.
All right, I got to try.
When I grew up, you know what they used to teach me with the egg pans in the kitchens, and they put a piece of French toast in there and just keep flipping them.
So that's a good thing to practice with.
Yeah, with a piece of French toast, you know. So.
All right, wow, that is just amazing, and that's all nice and marinated. Those are the almonds that you had marinated in there before for the pate, so you could have extra that you made just for this.
Woo!
Okay.
And you make a little mess, you can just clean it right up. Look at that.
Yep, that's what I tell my grandson, honey, it's okay. Now whenever he makes a mess, before I can even say it's okay, he'll go, it's okay.
We tell the kids in that. Cinda's always telling the kids that in Tiny Tots. In this kitchen, Cinda's kitchen.
There we go. Okay, we got that.
All right.
Take this and
I'll change you right. Trade you right there.
What about some of these things?
Yeah, I'm going to want some of those. We need to pull a little bit of the stems off and kind of clean them up just a little bit.
All right. How
you know, this is something that the kids can do too. I mean, kids would have so much fun doing something like this. You know, and you just get your game plan. You know, make sure that the castle they have enough time to make everything.
How much time do you think it took you to actually just make this castle part right here?
Under an hour.
Under an hour.
Yeah, it was under 1 hour for that.
And
well, that's pretty good.
Will that fit in most people's ovens, you think, in a home oven?
You bet.
So you don't have to have a commercial oven.
You can use the little square pans.
Did you want all these little?
You could actually do these. One thing really nice about these, you can actually do smaller ones that would fit on one little plate. You know, just enough for 3 or 4 people. Just do like boom, 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 just like 3 little things, and put your asparagus around it, some potatoes, and just enough for 3 people.
So do it on individual plates, is what you're saying.
Yes, you could do it on a small level. You know.
Wow. And you wanted all the stems off of here, right?
Yeah, a few. You bet.
A few or a lot?
It's amazing.
Woo!
Boy, this basil smells good. This is so fresh.
I got some of these fun things, too. These are really fun. You can kind of create like this.
Scallions?
Yeah. You know how to make those? You just slice the ends like that.
That is beautiful.
Those are beautiful.
They look like trees coming out of your mountains over there, doesn't it?
Yeah. And you know what? A lot of my ideas that I get is just looking at, you know, God's creations all over this earth. I mean, you see things everywhere you go, and you can just travel down the road. If you're in the desert, you kind of see the way the desert landscaping is, and you're like, oh, I can do that with food. You know, so you can really just look outside and, you know, the trees, you can see ways on how to create trees.
God's imagination is endless.
That's right. What? Do you want me to put some of this connected up to here? Do you connect all this up or not? Okay. I just thinking maybe I'd just slide some of that in there.
Yeah, this is one everybody can do little things to it. And
all right, sis. Now, what are we doing with the leaves?
the leaves, we're just going to put them everywhere. You can put them on the outsides there.
Like here? Okay. That sounds good. They smell so fragrant because this is fresh basil.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
and that's the other thing. When people come in the house, they're going to smell, especially the rosemary and the basil. They're going to smell that so heavy.
Well, maybe,
okay,
wow,
this
is just incredible. Maybe before, are you about ready to let them see a close-up shot here? Because you only have a few minutes left that they can actually see it. So why don't we go ahead and while he's finishing the last thing, why don't we have start seeing some of the maybe close up of some of the things he's done, and I think that's good. So let's take a look. Look at over here. Oh, this is amazing. Oh, look how he just throws that on there. I cannot believe this. I think you have outdone yourself, Mark. Listen, I just want to thank you so much for coming
my pleasure. My pleasure.
It's just a privilege to have you here, and I know that you're going to enjoy making your own buffet. All we need here is some plates and some forks and some spoons, right, to get going.
That's right. And on behalf of all of us sisters, we want to thank you for the special knives and the equipment that you've given us.
So much.
But most of all, that we feel like God has just given us a new friend.
Yes,
and
thank
we
you
just
so
want
much.
to thank you.
Thank you. Well, that's all the time we have today. Until next time, may all your meals be seasoned with God's love. Bye-bye, everybody.